There was once a young boy, Ethan, who lived in a small village nestled in the mountains. Ethan was curious, ambitious, and filled with dreams bigger than his tiny village. He often told his friends, "One day, I'm going to climb the tallest mountain and see the world from its peak." His friends laughed. "Ethan, you can't even climb the hill behind your house without complaining about your legs hurting," they teased. But Ethan didn't let their words discourage him. He practiced every day, climbing small hills and gradually building his strength and endurance. Yet every time he reached a new height, the next challenge seemed even more daunting. One day, Ethan decided it was time to attempt the tallest mountain in the region, a towering peak that seemed to touch the clouds. Armed with a backpack of supplies and a heart full of determination, he began his ascent. At first, the climb was exhilarating. The crisp mountain air and breathtaking views energized him. But as he climbed higher, the path became steeper, the air thinner, and the journey lonelier. Ethan's muscles ached, and doubts began to creep in. "What if I can't do it? What if everyone was right?" he thought, sitting down on a rocky ledge to catch his breath. At that moment, an old man appeared, slowly making his way down the mountain. His face was weathered and his steps were steady. Seeing Ethan, he stopped and smiled. "What's wrong, young man?" Ethan sighed. "I thought I could climb this mountain, but it's harder than I imagined. Maybe I'm not strong enough." The old man chuckled. "Do you see that peak up there?" he asked, pointing to the summit. "Yes," Ethan replied. "Do you know how I got there when I climbed this mountain for the first time? One step at a time. When I felt tired, I didn't think about the peak. I thought about the next step, and then the next. Before I knew it, I was at the top." Ethan looked at the old man, his words sinking in. "But what if I fail?" The old man smiled again. "Then you try again. The only time you truly fail is when you stop taking steps." With renewed determination, Ethan stood up, thanked the old man, and continued his climb. He focused on one step at a time, letting go of the overwhelming thought of the summit. Hours turned into days, and though the journey was tough, he eventually stood at the top of the mountain, his heart swelling with pride and joy. As Ethan gazed at the world below, he realized the journey was not just about reaching the peak. It was about discovering his own strength and perseverance. Moral of the story: life's challenges can feel insurmountable, but the key to overcoming them is to take one step at a time. Success isn't about how fast you reach your goal. It's about never giving up and finding strength in every step of the journey.